with the modulus function. Okay. In the last class, we are just going to be our main focus is about the substitution process in which we are just substituting the value. For example, examiner says that you have to find f of 2, so we are finding that one. While if we have to go up, we are doing these type of question in which the examiner gives you the function f of x is equal to 3 divided by x plus 2, and we are going to find the value of g of 1 by 4. So we are substituting 1 by 4 at the place of. So in the last class, we have do these type of substitution question. Yes, any of you have a question till here?
No, clear.
Yes, Raha family. Yes, Raha
Clear,
family.
yeah, Mr.
Okay. Now next we have a modulus function. The modulus function is just going to be work like that. If you are going to be give you any input, he is going to be make it as positive. All right. The modulus function. The modulus function make any input positive. All right. For example, if you are substituting the value 8, the answer will be positive 8. If you are substituting it minus 8, the answer is going to be still positive 8. In the modulus function, these lines are going to be shows the modulus. Okay. In the modulus function, the output of the function is always positive. All right. For example, if you are substituting any other value, like you have mod of minus x, this is going to be give you the answer is going to be positive x. The same way, if you are substituting any positive value, like you are substituting 7, he is going to be give you a positive 7. But if you are substituting minus 7, the answer is positive 7 as well. So basically, when you have a modular function, your output is always positive. In short, what we can say that output is always positive. You have to make a two straight lines to show the modulus function. Yes, everyone. Any question? It is clear. What is modulus function and how it's work?
Clear, yeah, Mr.
All right. For example, in terms of function, if you are talking about you have f of x, you are taking the modulus, so you are going to get the positive f of x. The positive f of x such that the f of x is always greater or equal to 0 means your output is always positive. All right. This is just main things. Sometimes examiners use the modulus function about use the value of the modulus. The next thing in the functions that we are going to be go that is our main thing today is the inverse function. Okay, inverse function is just going to be work like, for example, if I'm going to be in the number, what is the multiplicative inverse of 2? So that is 1 by 2, you are going to get the answer 1. That is basically your multiplicative identity. In the same way, if I'm in addition and subtraction, I'm asking you what is the inverse of positive 2. So the inverse of positive 2 is basically negative 2. Positive 2, negative 2 will become 0. That is your additive identity. All right. In numbers, the multiplicative identity is 1. And in addition subtraction, the multiplicative identity is 0. In the same way, in the function, we have the function that is going to be inverse. So, and function and inverse functions does the exact opposite of the function it can throw. All right. For example, you have a function f of x. The inverse is it is going to be show like f dash minus 1. This is the inverse function of f of x. This is the notation that we have to use. There will be a small minus 1 sign on it. Yes, everyone. Any question? Not just telling you a notation, okay? In the same way, if you have it is in another notation, you have a function f, say that x like this. So the inverse will be f dash into x. This is the notation that you have to use. All right. This is the notation that we are going to be used for the inverse function. So now let's we have to be, but always remember if you have two functions and one of them is going to be inverse. So if you are taking the composition f of f inverse of x, that always be x. The same way if you are f inverse into f, that will always be x. Just we will do some questions and we are going to understand that what does it mean. For example, you have a question. The question is f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. The question is you have to find the inverse. Now, if you want to find the inverse, the first step is you have to let f of x is equal to any variable, let's say it is y. So I'm going to get y is equal to 2x plus 1. Yes, any question till here? We are finding the inverse. The first step is we have to take the function equal to any variable. Any question till here?
Oh, yeah, Mr.
Yes, Salim Muhammad, Ayad.
Not clear.
Now, the step 2, we are going to make x as a subject. So it is plus 1. Take the plus 1 on the side, it will become minus 1. Now, 2 is multiplying here. Take it on the other side, it will be divide. So, in the step 3, you have to replace y with x and x with the inverse function. So y will become x and x will be the inverse function because in the start, obviously, technically, we don't have any y value. So we have to replace the whole value in terms of x. So this is my inverse function. If you are going to be taking this function is exactly opposite to f of x. Yes, everyone. Any question till here?
Not clear.
Let's
Clear,
do
yeah,
some
Mr.
practice questions and check that how it is going to be work. All right, we are finding g inverse of x. So let's take the g function. Now the question is, you have to find the inverse of the function. Yes, Ali Muhammad, tell me what will be the first step?
uh, here y is equal to 8x minus 5.
Yes, we have to substitute that y is equal to g of x, so y is equal to 8x minus 5. Yes, the next step is,
Changing y with x, here x is equal to 8y minus 5.
yeah, we have to make x as a subject, so y minus 5 is equal to 8x. Then
Where 8
8 is multiplying, so on the other side to be.
divided by 8.
All right. Now the
So
third step is,
g inverse of x is equal x minus 5 over 8.
we have to replace y with x and x with the inverse function. It is g, so it will be
G inverse
g
of
inverse
x.
of x. So you just have three steps to find the inverse of any function. Yes, anyone have a question? Mr. Hafi, this is here.
No, Mr. Clear.
He's finding f inverse of x. Let's save that function. Yes, Hafi, what will be the first step?
Okay, first we're gonna replace fx with y.
Yes. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. All right,
Okay.
next.
Then make x
Subject.
the subject of the formula.
May have to make x as a subject, so means x will be here, but take all the terms by the mathematical rule on the other side. So it is plus 2. On the side will be,
When y -2, y minus
y
2
minus
equal
2 is,
3x.
all right, next.
Y minus 2 over 3 equal x.
Yes, he is multiplying, so on the other side will be divide, so I will get that. All right, in the last step, we will
It's gonna be
replace y
equal
with,
fx inverse equal, oh, wait,
okay, f inverse of x equal to
x minus 2 over 3.
x minus 2 over. Yes, anyone have a doubt that how to find the inverse of the function?
No clear.
No, this is the question, and he says that find f inverse of x. Yes, Ayaz. Tell me what will be the first step. Yes, Ayaz, are you here? Yes, Ali Muhammad.
Yes, mister.
Yes, what will be the first step?
First step, y is equal 4x minus 1. Change
we
y.
have to substitute y is equal to f of x, so y is equal to 4x minus 1.
Make
So
x a subject of a formula معناها x is equal y plus 1 over 4.
we have to replace, make x as a subject, so y plus 1 is equal to 4x. 4 is multiplying on the side will be divide. So I'm going to get x is equal to y plus 1 divided by 4. All right, next.
Change the y with x and x is the f inverse of x.
We are going to be change y with x and x with the inverse function, which will be f of inverse function. Yes, anyone have a doubt that how to make any variable as a subject? Anyone? No? All right. Next, we are just going to be talking about the composite functions. Composition of. Okay. In the composite function, basically, sorry, one thing is left. Okay, till here we have to talk about that, how to find the inverse functions. We are going to be talk about the domain and the range of these functions. We have to take an example. Domain and range of inverse function. Okay, I told you what is domain. The domain that the values that you can substitute as an input, they are the domain of the function, and as an output, you are going to be getting the values. These outputs are known as the range of the function. So always remember, if the examiner says that you have to find the domain and the range of the inverse function, so how you will find it? The range of a function will be the domain of its inverse function. All right. For example, if in this function we are talking about, we are going to be substitute all the values and an input, so the domain will be equal to x belongs to all real numbers. So from here we can conclude that the range of f inverse of x will be the all real numbers. Yes, I want it is clear. So the range of the function is become the domain of the function, and domain of the function will become the range of the inverse one. For example, the second point the domain of the function will become the range of its inverse function. Yes, I mean, it is clear. The domain will become the range, and the range will become domain of their inverse function. Yes. Anyone have a question? Yes. Anyone have a question till here?
No, yeah, mister.
Let's understand it by an example. He says that a function is defined as f of x is equal to the square root of 3x minus 2, and x is greater than 3 over 2. You have to find the domain and the range of the function. Okay, he did not say that you have to find the inverse of this function. Okay, he just says that you have to find the domain and the range. Next, we have to find the domain of f of x. That is already given. The x value is greater than equal to 3 over 2. And if we are talking about the range of the function, yes, anyone, what is the range of the function? What is the output of this function?
Domain of fx.
Say it again.
X is greater than 3 over 2.
No, the range, output.
Ah, range, okay.
Range means the output. If you are substituting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which values you are going to be get? We have talked about the square root functions before. The output of the square root function is always a positive number. All right. This function can never give you the answer as a negative, right? The output of this function is always positive. So we have to say that the function is going to be greater than equal to 0. Yes, everyone. It is clear?
Yes, yes.
Because the output of the square root function is always positive. Now, we have, but the question is we have to find the domain of the inverse function. The domain of f inverse of x will be,
Greater than 0.
the range will become the domain. Yes. X is greater than
0.
0. And the range of the function will be
F inverse of x is greater than 3 over 2.
f inverse of x is
Greater than 3
greater
over 2.
than 3 over. Yes, everyone. It is clear? So basically, you don't have to do anything. You just have to find the domain and the range of the given function that we already know how to find it. Once you have find the value, you just have to be the domain will become the range of the function, and the range of the function will become the domain of this function. That's it. Yes, anyone have a question?
No, clear.
Yes, Rahaf Ahmed, Iyad.
Clear, yeah, mister.
Iyad is not responding. Let me check. Okay. Now we have g of x is equal to 3 plus 1 divided by x, and for x is greater than equal to 1. So look at here, the domain of the function is given. He says that find the expression for g of x, inverse of x. Okay, first he says that we have to find the inverse. So the first step is, yes, Ali Muhammad. The first step is
Find the inverse معناها y is equal this.
y is equal to 3 plus 1 divided by x.
X.
Now it is positive 3, on the other side will be negative 3. X is dividing, on the other side will be multiply.
X is equal 1 over y over minus 3.
Yes. Y minus 3 is multiplying, so take it this value, on the other side it will become y minus 3. Now replace the value of x with the inverse function, it is g. So it will become g inverse of x, and y with x values. Yes, everyone. Any question?
No, clear.
Mister,
Yes. Yes.
can we do it again?
This question?
Yes.
All right. The first step is clear that you have to substitute g of x is equal to y.
Okay.
Now we have to make x the subject, okay? You have multiple ways. What I have to do, it is positive 3. I will take the on the other side, it will become negative 3. It is here.
Clear, yeah, Mister, till now.
Now, x is dividing. You will take it on the side, it will be multiply. Obviously, I need to remove the denominator because I need to make x as a subject. So x is dividing, so on the side to be multiply. Yes. Is it clear as well?
Yes, yeah, Mister, clear till now.
Now y minus 3 is multiplying. So you have to take it on the side, so it will be divide. So now you just have to replace the value, the x with the inverse function and y with. Yes, any confusion now?
Clear, yeah, Mister, thank you.
You're welcome. Now in the next one, he says that you have to find the range of the function. We know that the range of this function is basically the domain of g of x. And domain is given. And what is given? That is x is greater than or equal to 1. Means the range means g inverse of x is greater than or equal to 1. The domain will become the range. Okay, domain we have to show it by x values, and range is obviously if it is g function, so we have to write g of x is equal to greater than. If it is inverse function, so g inverse of x is greater than or equal to. In the next part, he says that you have to find the domain of g inverse. If you want to find the domain of g inverse, we need to find the range of this function. 3 plus 1 over x. Yes, can anyone tell me what would be the range of this function?
A greater than or equal to 4.
Greater than and equal to 4. Now, the maximum value you will get 4, not greater than. Because, for example, if you will substitute 1, 3 plus 1, it will be 4. If you substitute any other value, let's we have to discuss about this value. If you substitute x is equal to 1, it will be 1,
Will be
right?
4.
If you will substitute 2, it will become
Half.
0.5. And in the same way, if you are increasing the value, if you are going to be increase the value is going to become more smaller. In the same way, if you are substituting any negative value, to the maximum negative value you will get -1. It's clear? So yes, tell me, what is the maximum value you will get in this function?
4. So x is less
The
than or equal.
maximum value you can get, that will be 4. And the minimum value that you can get,
3.
Not exactly 3, because he says that you have 3 minus, let's say you have to take it. So we have to take greater than or equal to 1. We don't have to take first negative value. So the maximum value you can substitute, let's say you have to take 1000. So it will become 3.001 like this. This means that this value is greater than 3, but we don't know the exact value. Okay, we know that it is greater than 3, not equal to, because obviously the answer of this portion can never be 0. There is any value you will substitute that you will get 0. Yes, anyone? There is any value, the answer of 1 by x will become 0.
No, because greater than is gone.
Yes, it is always greater than 0. So that's why the minimum value is always greater than 3. So I'm going to be get the range is going to be g of x is greater than 3 and lesser than or equal to 4. This is the range of the function. This is the, but we have to find, the question is we have to find the domain of g of inverse of s. So domain of g inverse of x, the range of the function will become the domain. So I will get that x is greater than 3 and lesser than or equal to 4. So always remember, if examiner says that you need to be find the domain of the function of inverse function, so you are looking for the range of the given function. In the same way, if examiner says that you have to be find the range of inverse function, so you have to be look for the domain of the given function. Yes, sir. Any question till here?
No, clear.
All right, everyone. This is the question. You have to think about it and tell me how we can do it. It is given that h of x is equal to a plus b over x square. A is any constant, b is any constant. Okay, is x square. Explain why minus x is greater than -2 and less than equal to 2 is not the suitable domain. Yes, anyone? From -2 to 2, it is not the suitable domain. He tells us, but why? What is the reason? Anyone?
Because there's a square in x, so there's no negative values.
That doesn't matter. Obviously, he is going to be give you the output. So it will
It's
define for any
domain.
negative value. For example, if you substitute -2, you will get the answer. You will substitute -1, you will get the answer. You have to look for at which value this function will become undefined.
It's 0.
Yes, at 0. At x is equal to 0, you will get that h of 0 is equal to a plus b over 0 square. That is undefined,
Different.
because we know that 1 divided by 0 is the undefined form. So that's why x is greater than equal to -2 is less than equal to 2 is not suitable domain, means the input. Yes, he is going to be give the input like this. X is greater than -2 and less than 0. 0 is not included. And you have x is greater than 0 and less than or equal to 2. So look at here, I just skip the 2. 2 is not included. Now the domain is satisfying, the domain is going to be okay. All right, for greater than -2 and lesser than +2. Yes, everyone, any questions? So this is the reason. Now in the second part, he says that g of x is equal to, given that h of 1 is equal to 4, h dash of 1 is equal to 16. Okay, it is a derivative question now. And we did not done the derivative. Find the value of a, b. Just skip that. This is the derivative. You have done in your IGCSE, you have done the derivative in your IGCSE math 0580?
The normal math? No. Yes, yes.
No, grade 9, grade 10 students. You have done it with me as well. I don't think so. It's a derivative question. We are just going to skip it. Yes, everyone. Any question about the inverse? So in today's class, we just have to talk about a little bit about modulus function, and then we have to go for the inverse one. We have learned that how to find the inverse of the function, and then we are talking about the domain and range of the inverse function. That is going to be really easy. The domain of the function will become the range of inverse function, and the range of the function will become the domain of the inverse function. That's it. Yes, everyone. Any question?
Okay.
All right.